Dead? Not from a first responder, not from law enforcement. Those words, captured in the background of what was supposed to be a routine maritime distress call, appear on a recording where the same caller told the dispatcher, without a single moment of hesitation, that everyone on board was completely fine. Fine. Same call, same recording. Two contradictory realities, seconds apart. If you have followed this case, you already know the GPS data. You know the contradicting eyewitness accounts. You know what the autopsy returned. What you did not know, until now, is what was sitting inside an official records request the entire time, buried under static, in the background of a call that has been played on national television. While someone on that boat was assuring a dispatcher that everything was fine, someone went back and listened. What they found does not match the story this family has been given. Nolan Wells' family has been fighting for the truth since July the 4th, and they need people watching this right now. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because what follows may be the most significant piece of audio this investigation has ever produced.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir?
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on
unless you
here.
have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How many? All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums. I'm going to hit drums and click cover.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 4672.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
All right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou launch.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
So, there are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22 foot offshore, 22 foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you. This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking. And he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
Oh, right.
I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic. He's saying the bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a kid. He just doesn't understand.
Oh, okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership. So it's just under Jerry fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to, if you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can try this cell phone number.
All right. Yep. Jerry. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one. Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right, I'll just disregard this one. I'm going to send you over an accurate one under this Jerry Ackerson one, okay? He's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes, okay?
Okay, perfect. All right. And, yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right, transferring him now. Thank you again, Captain.
All righty.
Stay safe out there. It's crazy. Have a drink.
Oh, it's wild. All righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
22 days into this investigation, no official cause of death, no official manner of death, no date of death on record for Nolan Wells. That is not a gap in coverage. That is the preliminary conclusion of an independent autopsy. But that wasn't the headline. Because while that report was being read aloud inside McCormick Place in Chicago, a separate audio analysis was already circulating, a recording that appears to capture Nolan's name being called on a boat he was never supposed to be on. One recording, two realities, running simultaneously, same call, same moment. And everything changes when you listen to what was happening in the background while the foreground voice was telling a dispatcher that everyone on board was completely fine. The dispatcher's name was Vicky. She answered a call to Sedo International, a private maritime towing company. Not 911, not law enforcement, just roadside assistance on water. The caller spent the opening minutes trying to confirm a membership account. At one point, Vicky asked directly, "Is everyone on board in good health?" The answer came back without hesitation. Yeah, everyone's fine." 7 people on the boat. That is the official account. That is what went on record. But nobody, not law enforcement, not the media, went back and isolated what was happening in the background of that same call until this week. What they found changes everything. 3 sounds in the background. While the foreground caller was managing the dispatcher's questions, the first was a name, Nolan. Not a reference, not a passing mention. A call, the kind directed at someone who is not responding the way they should be. Urgent, specific, unmistakable. According to every official account, Nolan Wells was on Horn Island when that recording was made. Miles of open water between him and that boat. Alone on a barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. His name should not be on that recording, but it is. The second sound appears to be a question. Is he dead? Captured in the background of the same call where the foreground voice told a dispatcher without hesitation that everyone on board was completely fine. Same call, same moment. 2 realities running simultaneously. Both cannot be true. One of them is a lie. The third is a direction spoken by name. Wyatt, check his chest. Wyatt Atkinson is the registered operator of the vessel that Nolan boarded that morning. He is on the boat. He is being directed to check someone's chest. Subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because what we're about to walk through is not speculation. This is verified data. This is GPS plotting information. This is physical evidence. Subscribe now. Here is what the GPS recorded. The vessel left Horn Island at 4:31 p.m. on July 4th. Nolan Wells was not on board. According to the Sedo call, the boat was sinking. The caller said it was going down fast. He said they were sinking. He used the word now, but the GPS data tells a different story. Between 4:31 and 5:24 p.m., for 53 consecutive minutes, the Triton vessel traveled only 2.7 miles at speeds between 0.06 and 4.2 knots. That is walking pace. That is the speed someone walks a dog. A vessel taking on water does not move like that. That is not opinion. That is physics. An emergency boat in crisis moves with urgency toward shore, toward help, toward anything that stops the clock. It does not drift across open water at the pace of a leisurely walk for 53 consecutive minutes. The Sedo call was made inside that 53-minute window. The caller said the boat was sinking, and yet the GPS shows a vessel that barely moved. Then, abruptly, at 5:24 p.m., the vessel accelerated to 35 knots and made straight for dock. That is when urgency appeared. Not before. After. When the boat finally moved like it was in crisis. At 5:44 p.m., the vessel docked at El Camino Real Road. It stayed for 8 minutes. Then it left again. The GPS recorded 4 separate movements after that initial 4:31 p.m. departure from Horn Island. 4 movements. Warren Hudson, who was on the boat, has explained one. Just one.
At 5:52 p.m., the vessel left El Camino Real heading east into Fort Bayou. At 6:06 it returned. At 6:36 it departed again southwest toward St. Martin Bayou, then southeast toward Bellaluxy Bay Bridge, then north to the Fort Bayou boat launch. At 7:19 it arrived. At 7:47 it was trailered overland to Cardinal Lane in Bialuxy, Wyatt Atkinson's home. Hudson's explanation for Fort Bayou? Wyatt needed to replace the plug. One stop, one reason. The GPS logged 4 movements. Only one has been accounted for, and then the boat was pulled out of the water, loaded onto a trailer, and moved overland to a private residence before anyone reported Nolan missing. Now, Warren Hudson. He has given 3 public interviews. In the first, he established credibility. Best friends since 8th grade. Said Nolan seemed completely fine. In the second, he described the boat emergency. Water in the bilge, the battery underwater, the bilge pump failing, the sinking boat, the distress call, all the details of a maritime crisis. But in the third interview, after 2 full rounds of public questioning, Hudson disclosed for the first time that at the exact moment Nolan disappeared from the group, someone ran up and told him his younger brother had gotten into a fight on the island. His attention split. That is why he said he cannot account for Nolan's final minutes before the boat left. A new explanation. Third interview for the most critical window in the entire case. He walked into that interview knowing exactly what the GPS showed. The MDMR data had already been obtained. The timestamps were already public. The 4 movements after 4:31 p.m. were already documented. He knew what the record contained, and he chose what to address and what to leave untouched. 3 movements remain unexplained. Now, the autopsy. 2 autopsies have been conducted. One by the Mississippi Medical Examiner on July 7th, one by Dr. Roger Mitchell, funded by Colin Kaepernick, on July 23rd. The state autopsy findings remain unreleased, still pending toxicology, still in a file locked until the grand jury reviews it. But Mitchell's findings were public. The conclusion? Cause of death? Undetermined. Manner of death? Undetermined. Date of death? Unknown. Not inconclusive on one count. All 3. Mitchell documented something at the back of Nolan's head. Not a fracture, a focal area of red discoloration in the soft tissue. The state medical examiner has never publicly addressed that finding. 2 autopsies, one marking on a dead 18-year-old's head. No official explanation. But there is another detail that has never been explained. When Nolan's body was found, he was fully clothed, wearing a shirt. The last time anyone saw him on video, he was shirtless. At what point did he put on a shirt? Somebody saw something. When? How? Why? These are basic questions in any death investigation, and they came back without a single answer. He left the island without a shirt. He was found fully clothed. Nobody has explained that change. The state autopsy report will not be released to anyone until the grand jury reviews it. The district attorney confirmed this plainly. Every non-natural death in this county goes to the grand jury. The family will not see that report. The public will not see that report, not until the process she controls decides it is time. Jackson County law enforcement has not issued a single statement addressing the background sounds on that recording. Not a denial, not a confirmation, not an acknowledgement that the audio exists and is being examined. The recording has been publicly circulating for days. The silence from the agency leading this investigation is its own kind of answer. Warren Hudson has given 3 public interviews. He has not been asked, or has not answered, what those voices in the background belong to. The joint phone inspection both sides agreed to conduct weeks ago has not taken place. Nolan's phone, the device his mother says had messages deleted after his body was found, is still unexamined by any party with legal authority to compel answers from it. The grand jury moves when the sheriff's office decides it moves. No timeline, no deadline, no external pressure with legal teeth, which is why Christine Wansley just went to court. She filed to be named administrator of her son's estate, quietly, without a press conference, without attorneys at a podium. A mother who has been told to wait, just stopped waiting. She is now proving in front of a judge on paper with documentation that she is the legal parent of the child she buried. The system requires Christine Wansley to establish standing over her own son's estate because no one handed her access to anything. That is what this investigation has returned to her. A mother forced into court just to prove her son is hers. Here is what the physical evidence actually shows. An audio recording with Nolan's name being called urgently in the background. A GPS system documenting that a sinking boat moved at walking pace for 53 minutes. 4 post-departure movements, only one explained. A vessel removed from the water and trailered to a private residence before anyone reported Nolan missing. 2 autopsies reaching the same conclusion. Cause of death, undetermined. Manner of death, undetermined. Date of death, unknown. A red discoloration at the back of an 18-year-old's head that no official has explained. A body found fully clothed when last seen shirtless, and a witness whose story has evolved 3 times as more evidence surfaced. None of this is speculation. None of this is theory. This is what the equipment recorded. This is what the data shows. This is what the evidence actually indicates. And none of it has been officially explained. We will continue following this investigation. When the grand jury reaches conclusions, we'll report them. When the state autopsy is finally released, we'll break it down. When answers actually come, we'll bring them verified and not a moment before. Nolan Wells deserves that. His family deserves that. Subscribe now so you don't miss the moment this case finally breaks. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.